I'll play that tune again real quick. But again, as always, if you've caught any of these before, you've caught the test runs. This is the first official Mando Lessons live. I'm hoping to do these things regular. Meredith says, it's 9 a.m. here. No wonder I always miss the live show. Yeah, I'm going to be moving the... It's not always going to be on the same date, but date and time. I'm going to mix it around, hopefully get everybody all over the place so everybody can watch it without waking up too early. But I hope everything goes well. Live streaming to you. Play a little tune called, it's an Irish tune called Miss Monaghan's. There you have it, Miss Monaghan's, one of my favorite Irish tunes in the world. I think it's on my website, but honestly, I've lost track at this point. Great tune in the key of D. Looks like people are checking in from all over the world. We got Brazil, Russia, America. I'm also on the East Coast of the U.S. Looks like some folks might be on the West Coast. Great. I got a question. Have you tried to use electric mandolin? I have. Not very much. I played some jazz in college. And I used an electric mandolin then, so I could be heard, and so I kind of fit in with the jazz stuff. And then I built from a kit a 5-string electric, so it had a low C. And that was a lot of fun too. But I'm really kind of an acoustic person. I have an electric guitar now, but I don't play that very much, and really the acoustic instruments keep me happy. So, great question though. They're a lot of fun. All right, we got Quebec, Ireland, India. Very cool. This is great. Argentina. Wonderful. Great to see all of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. North, very cold near Buffalo. Yeah, I hear ya. It's I'm up in Maine, and it's in the 20s. It might get into the 30s today. I watched a Veterans Day parade where there was a whole kind of brass band playing, and they were playing in the cold. And I was thinking, "Ooh, I'm glad I'm not one of them." It's a cold time to be a musician outside. From the UK, awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming. If you haven't been to one of these before, which wouldn't surprise me, but I'm seeing some familiar faces for sure. Denmark, awesome. Feel free to ask questions if you got things you're working on. I'm happy to try to answer things people are thinking about. I'm also happy to just play some tunes. It's all good. We're gonna have a good time. I got about an hour here. Got to head off around 1, but thank you for for showing up and being part of some of the live things. I'm going to do this regularly. I don't know how regularly at this point, but probably after the first of the year, it'll get more regular once the crazy holiday season is over. Wales, Northern Ireland, awesome. So glad to have you all here. I've been hard at work. If you haven't seen it, I've updated my website so it has a totally new look. It's a little easier to get around. And that was taking up a lot of my time, and just posted a bunch of new lessons on my channel because I'm headed out to the West Coast for a couple of weeks for Thanksgiving and won't be around to release the lessons, but try to keep you guys busy while I'm gone. A couple tune lessons, a couple technique lessons. Trying to keep the coffee out of my shot here. Virginia, awesome. Well, maybe I'll play another tune here. A little bit, I got a question here from Tom Walker. Do you know any more Celtic or medieval sounding stuff? Also, Battle of Evermore by Led Zeppelin. I don't know the Battle of Evermore riff. I used to know it. If you Google Battle of Evermore tabs on Google, you'll get some mandolin tab for that sort of like. I forget where it is. I used to know. Somewhere in there, I can't totally remember now, but a great way to get into some of the Zeppelin stuff. Yeah, I know a bunch of Celtic tunes, a bunch of tunes from Ireland. I did some early music from like the 1400s when I was in college, but I haven't done much of that since. But I love it. It's really beautiful stuff. I'll play some more Irish tunes later on. What brand or model is your mandolin? My mandolin is an Ellis. It was built by a guy named Tom Ellis down in Austin, Texas. It's just his I don't know if it's A Deluxe or A Standard. I don't know. It's his A model. He recently started making an A model. This is maybe one of the early ones. This is from 2009, but he's been building for years. He also does a lot of inlay work for a lot of the big guys like Collings and Gibson. And I love it. You know, I bought it in 2009, and it's almost 10 years old now, getting towards it, and it gets better every day, and I love it. I'm very happy to have it. As a guitar player and brand new mandolin player, what song do you recommend starting out with? Well, if you're a guitar player and you got a good handle on chords, I think you could really, do what's going to make you the most excited, because, I think that's the main key, especially with my own kind of practice habits. If I can find something I'm really excited about, that'll kind of keep me that much more engaged and just make me pick up the instrument more. So, pick up your favorite guitar song and try that. See if you can kind of get a new sound out of it on the mandolin. Kind of spice it up a little with a new instrument. Maybe record, if you got a simple way to record yourself just on your phone or on your computer. Record your guitar and add a little mandolin line to it. That would be super fun. But I've got a couple songs on my website, MandoLessons, and you can check out those. I start out with just a simple melody, and then I kind of get more and more advanced as I go. If you're really just getting started on the mandolin, there's a beginner series that'll get you going right from holding the instrument through learning a first song and tune, things like that. Cool. Okay, so I see other people are nice to see. So Karen asked the question about being a guitar player and mando player. Yeah, You Are My Sunshine. That's a great. Lucy says You Are My Sunshine. It's a great first tune, mostly because people know it. It's rare to find someone who's never heard You Are My Sunshine, the song. If you're familiar with the melody, that can be a really helpful thing, because to try to take something that's new to you out here. It's like, okay, here's a song. I want to learn how it goes and then make it come out of my instrument. That's kind of a two-step process of learning it and then spitting it back out. But if with a song like You Are My Sunshine, the hardest part's going to be getting the first couple notes and picking a key. But after that, you have the melody's already up in your head, and it's going to be that much easier. You can pretty much any song that you really have in your head, and you can find the first couple of notes, which can take a little while, but gets easier as you go. once you have a song that you know in your head and you kind of can get it started, you can pretty much teach yourself. I've watched people sit down. I give them the first couple notes of "You Are My Sunshine" or a different tune, and pretty much just watch them teach themselves how the tune goes. And that's a really practical skill. It's a great skill to have. Highly recommended. So pick out "You Are My Sunshine." Great one. Cool. Henry says, I can finally stay around for this one because I'm not in class. Great. Glad to hear it. As I said, if this isn't the most convenient time, I am going to switch around times and dates to try to accommodate everybody and see how it all goes. But thank you all for joining. It looks like there's more people now. 45. That's awesome. 45 folks watching. Thank you all. All right, I'll play another tune here and see what else comes through the old chat window. Play another Irish tune by request. Another favorite tune, Dunagore, which is also on my website. All right, getting some exciting chats going on here. Someone says they're traveling without their mandolin right now. That is a sad thing. See if you can bring it next time. They're nice, they're small, they're portable. That's why mandolins are great. I know I'm gonna be doing some traveling too. Hopefully, gonna get my mandolin on the airline, smooth as butter, and not get any not get any grief from the airlines. But you never know. It's always a danger these days. Play your spoons to that. By all means, play along. I like Colleen Moore. Is that a tune? That sounds like a tune that I've heard of. I don't know. Maybe it's not a tune, but cool. If it is a tune, I should go look it up. Van says, I'm here with my mandolin and mug of coffee and beard like a mirror image. Glad to hear it. And nice to have a majestic beard in the video from AJG. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't get to see my face a whole lot in the videos because I really want to get right up close with the mandolin. But yeah, that's what these live streams are for. Is get a little more one-on-one. I love talking to you guys and hearing what you're thinking about and what you've been working on and what you want to hear and what you want to see from me. So by all means, throw out requests for things for me to play, lessons for me to make. You know what you're working on. Colleen Moore is in the okay. Cool. Okay. I missed a chat. Lucy's keeping me in line. This is good. Colleen Moore is, in fact, not a tune. It sounds like it could be a tune, though. Says, I'm hearing an ornament that mimics the pipes. Cool. I wonder if that's like the triplet that I'm doing. That's definitely a little pipey. Those pipes kind of have that like sort of like triplet kind of crunch that I really love the sound of. Yeah, Karen says it's very cold here. Likewise here, it's a good day to be inside with a warm drink and an instrument to play. Sweetness of Mary from AJG. Oh, that sounds so familiar. I bet I could play along with it if something got me going, but I don't know. I don't know it off the top of my head. Sweet. I feel it's got a bunch of parts, maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of names for those. Same idea: grace notes, crunch, triplets, ornaments, things like that. Every instrument, you know, there's rolls and cuts on a fiddle, and there's a whole language of pipe ornaments, double stops, triplets. Yeah, a lot. There's a whole. What I really love is there's sort of a vocal tradition of Scottish piping, the Scottish sort of classical piping vocal tradition called, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but it's something along the lines of cantarach, something like that. And people, a friend of mine knows how to sort of sing the sort of the ornaments of the pipes, and it's a really beautiful sound. What's the fastest, most difficult song you can play? Just the first thing that comes to mind. Oh boy, there's a question. Let's see. What do I got here? Flight of the Bumblebee. I wish I knew Flight of the Bumblebee. I don't know. I'll play something. I really let's see. I'm kind of out of practice with a lot of my kind of more tricky stuff. A tune that I've really been enjoying is another. See, I can't. It's putting a lot of ideas in my head, but I can't quite. Also trying to keep up with the chat, and it's all going. Let's see. I'll just play something here, a little quick bit of something. I really like Sam Bush's version of Brilliancy. I'll play a little bit of that. See if I can get through it. You know. Whew. Not quite as up to snuff on that as I have been in the past, or I'd like to think I had it better at one point, but you never really know. I'm going to go back through the chat here and catch up with that. Sam Bush's rendition of Brilliancy, a wonderful tune. There's tabs out there for it. It's a great tune. It's a little squirrely. It's got some nice little variations that he does. I'm not doing it justice, but it's a fun thing. All right, new subscriber from Pichetto Fratame. I'm probably not saying that right. New subscriber and mandolin owner here. Go through your videos, but someone who plays years of acoustic guitar. What book or resource would you recommend? You're doing chords and finger picking on mandolin. I guess it depends on, if you can really figure out what kind of music you want to make on the mandolin. I know there's great classical mandolin books if sort of classical stuff is what you're after. There's bluegrass books. I think try a little bit of everything. There's a lot of great resources out there. Check out Mandolin Cafe. See what you like. And from there, if you can start to figure out kind of what your interest is, then you can, say, oh, I really want to do bluegrass mandolin or old time or Irish or classical. And then it's, there's basic there's a great, I believe it's called The Complete Mandolinist by Marilyn Mayer. A really nice, well thought out, or Mandolin for Dummies, Don Julin, another great, well laid out book. Right from the basics, or I've got my beginner series online, but if you read better, or if you work better from books, that's totally understandable. Nice to hear Miss Monahan's earlier. Any chance of the Monahan jig? I can never remember if I know that one or not. It's one of those tunes. I feel like most of the tunes that I know, especially in the Irish tradition, I don't know the names and I don't know how they start, but I can play them when other people play them. So maybe at some point I'll get to that one in my brain, but can't pull it out of thin air at this point. How to play triplets. This is from I can't quite read your name. NHNHand.E Music. Apologies if I'm butchering your name there. Tell us how to play triplets on Celtic music. Go to my website. I made a lesson on it. If you go to my website and go to the technique and fundamentals section, there is a lesson. I'm just going to make sure I'm not lying to you all here. But I'm pretty sure there's a lesson that you can watch that I talk exactly about how to do triplets and sort of my process of where to put them. Let's see. How to play triplets. Yeah, so it's like halfway down that big list of technique and fundamental lessons on MandoLessons.com, my website. There's 2 lessons, how to play triplets, or you can just use the search for triplets. There's 2 parts. I kind of talk about how to do them and then where to do them, and some kind of different ways to make them sound, and that'll steer it in the right direction. Tom Walker says, just wondering what difficulty sounds like on the mandolin. It sounds like me making faces trying to play that tune, I think. Any classical stuff like Turkish oh no, the chat jumped on me. Turkish March or Cello Prelude. I used to know the Cello Prelude, the Prelude from Bach's First Cello Suite, but I can never get too far anymore because I've kind of forgotten it. Yeah, I've lost it a little bit there, but I don't know the whole thing, unfortunately. But it's a beautiful piece. I should really work that back up because it's a good thing to know. Bagpipe tunes, but they're usually not quite as fancy or as fast as bluegrass. Yeah, I mean, I love. I mean, I really only know the kind of tunes that come from the Irish piping repertoire. Um, Maybe I'll get to one of those later on. They're great, super fun tunes and have a nice sound to themselves. Um, where to find tabs? This is from Angelo Pallotti. Again, apologies on the names here. Where to find tabs for mandolin and asked to play Italian songs. Unfortunately, I don't know any Italian repertoire. I feel like a bad mandolinist not knowing any of that stuff, but it's a beautiful sound. In terms of just finding tabs in general, there's a couple resources. If you're looking for any of the tabs for stuff that I'm playing, like today, check out my website MandoLessons.com. Mandolin Cafe has a tab section. Mandozine, MandoZine, has a tab section on their website. And I think in general, if you're looking for a specific song or tune, and you just type in that name on Google, just Google such and such mandolin tab, you can often find what you're looking for. Things like that. Could I play for Elise? For Elise. Unfortunately, I can't. But I would like to. That would be beautiful. Let's see. Put this on your left. Nice song. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can. Cool. All right. If Joe Walsh is a friend and occasionally in the neighborhood, I've thought about it. That would be great. He's actually quite a way. He lives. I think he might have moved back to Boston. I can't totally remember. Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe trying to get Joe or some other people on to do like kind of interview stuff or guest lessons, things like that. Cool. You took a lesson from Joe in Paris. Awesome. Yeah, super nice guy. Amazing mandolin player. One of the best. It's great to pick with him when I can. A brief demo on 4/4 versus split time from JC. So JC has asked me this over email, and it's just kind of a question on timing. You know, I write out a lot of my tunes in cut time, which is 2/2 versus 4/4, and they look the same on the page, but ultimately it's just sort of where you clap your, you know, if you're stomping your foot, you know, it would be the, I'll use my hand so you can see, but it's the equivalent of like so that's 2/2, and you can have 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. You kind of have 4 quarter notes per beat, or like and then 4/4 would be 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, kind of a quicker beat, which is a little less comfortable. It's kind of not the natural place to stomp your foot. Jimmy Crack Corn. I can't play Jimmy Crack Corn off the top of my head, but there's a great Quebec tune that I'll play for you. That I always think of because it has a little bit of Jimmy Crack Corn in it. I don't know the name of this tune. I learned it from my friend Guy Bouchard up in Quebec City area. Sounds like this. And again, I don't know the name. Some Quebec tune, but it's got a little bit of Jimmy Crack Corn in it, so I call it the Jimmy Crack Corn tune. So again, a Quebec tune that I don't know the name of, but I call it the Jimmy Crack Corn tune because it's got a little bit of Jimmy Crack Corn hidden away in there. Bach is the master. That is the truth. Unbelievable musician. Oh yeah, traditionalmusic.co.uk. Yeah, amazing resource. Yeah, not the most up-to-date looking thing, but oh man, they've got everything. They've got so much good stuff. A lot of mandolin tabs, a lot of Irish tunes. The session doesn't have tablature, but it has a lot of sheet music, which is really kind of worth learning to read. It's a very kind of universal language. Whether you're playing mandolin or flute or bass or guitar or anything, it all works with standard notation. It also has ABC, which you can find ABC to tab converters online. So you plug in, you can just copy and paste from the session the ABC into an ABC to tab converter and get mandolin tabs out the other side. My mandolin doesn't have a hole to put the peg in for the strap. Can I get one drilled in without damaging the instrument? Yep, some people do get strap buttons put on. I've had mandolins in the past with strap buttons. What I do here, I'll take off the instrument so you can sort of see. Not all instruments have this, but the way the fingerboard is raised up over the body, I just put a loop of string kind of around the back and then under that extension. Kind of an awkward thing to hold. Let's see if I can just... Yeah, that's a better view. So the string's just kind of going under there, loops around the back, and then you got a nice little strap holder there. But again, it doesn't work on all instruments. Some people tie it up above the nut. I used to do that. If you got an F style, you can hook it over the scroll. You can do strap buttons. Lots of options. Usually some way to get a strap on there. Okay, let's see. Can I play a Swedish tune? Maybe a slang polska? Yeah, sure. I love Swedish tunes. Have I ever heard of Farskill? Farspill. A great Swedish group? No, but I'll have to look them up. I love Swedish tunes. I love Swedish music. I will play a slang polska. Let's see. So Tom's saying, is this some kind of traditional Quebec track? I'm really interested in those ever since I discovered Levante Nord. Beautiful, awesome band. They're great. One of my favorites. Yeah, so that's a Quebec tune. Quebec has a beautiful kind of fiddle tune tradition. A lot of great tunes, a lot of crooked tunes. I'm not entirely sure of the resource at this point, but I believe it's Crapeau. Let me just see. Has a great... Let me just see what... I'll just do a quick little search here. Because I think they're in the process of getting a huge kind of collection of great... Yeah, check this out. I don't know if they're all available. I'll put it over in the chat. I put a little link over there to some great Quebec music. I don't know, again, whether it's... I don't know how you get it from them at this point. It used to be somewhere else, and it's in the process of transferring over. But I love the Quebec tunes. That's sort of one of my first experiences with fiddle music, was playing the Quebec stuff. I found... okay, I'm just trying to keep up with it here. I found it, okay, on Northern Week Roots Festival. Oh, and upstate. Oh, yeah, Northern Week. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I'll look them up. Gotta check out. I'm always looking for more good Scandinavian music. Do I know Flikorna Svensson? I do not, but I should check him out. Let's see. A slang polska. But there's a Swedish slang polska. It's Eklunda number 3 is the title of it. I really love that tune. Yeah, great. I love Swedish tunes. I'm always happy to play them and get to play them with people when I have the chance. Tom Walker says, if you're interested in more stuff, here's a site with over 400 Quebec traditional tracks. Oh yeah, I think you're probably not allowed to post links just to cut down on spam, probably because most links on YouTube end up being spam. Unfortunately, we live in the golden world of traditional music where there's spam really isn't that much of a problem. So, yeah, but if there's some way you can... Here, do this. Send it to MandoLessons at MandoLessons.com, and I'll try to put it up on my website. I've got a link to a bunch of resources for fiddle tunes, and I'd love to add that to the list so people can check it out. It's in the resources section of my website, but shoot that to me in an email, and I will put it up on the site if I can. Here from Galway, Ireland. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Do you know the Rocky Road to Dublin? Not off the top of my head. A lot of Irish tunes I can't start. But I'll play something else Irish at some point here. It's called Le Repertoire if you ever want to check it out. Yeah, it's from Tom. Like I said, shoot it to me in an email. I'd love to check it out, but I'll probably forget if I'm just watching the if just from now I'm gonna forget everything that has happened this hour as soon as I get offline. It's nice last week when you played your bouzouki. Any chance you could get it or your tenor guitar out? Alternately, do you know Over the Hills and Far Away, the traditional one? I don't know that tune off the top of my head, but I'm happy to get out an octave mandolin bouzouki sort of thing and play some because I've got it right next to me. Quick little shot of my armpit, probably. So yeah, got this thing out last week. I don't know what it's tuned. So yeah, I tune these things. Not very into. So yeah, this is an octave mandolin or a bouzouki. There's kind of a mixed world of naming instruments. It often has more to do with the tuning. So bouzouki's often have octave strung courses. So one of your low G's will be low, and the other one will be high. Sometimes with the D strings too. I've just got this tune standard, or same octaves, 2 low G's, D's, A's, and then rather than an E, I've got a D. So the tuning is G, D, A, D. And I'll play a tune on it. See what we got going on here. Play an Irish tune. So yeah, octave mandolins, bouzouki's, a lot of fun. I also play the tenor guitar, which looks like a guitar, but it's just got 4 strings. And I tune it just like this, G, D, A, D. They're a lot of fun, nice low sound. These are a little more sparkly, whereas tenor guitars are a little more mellow. If you're interested in this tuning, GDAD and the sort of the scale length sort of thing, I have a website that I don't ever update, and I probably won't for a long time, called tenorguitarlessons.com, where I have a sort of a series on getting you into playing in this tuning. Yeah, very kind of echoey, shimmery sound. I really, really like them. Cool. I'm glad people are enjoying this thing. I'll play this one for one more. That's the wrong key. That's an English tune called Hunt the Squirrel. Nice favorite tune of mine. I like to mellow it out a little bit. Get back the regular old mandolin. Got a request for a choro piece. I never remember how to pronounce it. I wish I knew one. If I did, I would happily play it for you. I used to know the tune Desverata. Yeah, I can't remember it anymore. I can't remember. I would love to get that. I got some homework from you guys. This is great. Got to relearn Bach cello suite. Got to learn we got to relearn the Desverata. That's a lovely one, and just some more choro in general. Oh, there's this tune. I can't remember all of it, but let's just go. Oh no, here we go. Oh no, I can't remember it. That's the best I could do. I don't remember the name of that one. But yeah, I got to learn more of that stuff. It's beautiful, beautiful music. Tim O'Brien does a nice version of Down in the Willow Garden. Yeah, that's a beautiful... Go check that out if you haven't already. Tim O'Brien's version of Willow Garden on octave mandolin bouzouki thing. Great stuff. I love Tim. He's one of my favorites. Make sure I haven't missed anything in the chat here. Over the Hills and Far Away. Don't know it, unfortunately. I wish I could. I wish I could do all your requests, but I just don't know them all. More stuff for me to learn, though. Good thing music's a lot of fun. Play some old bluegrass. Sure, yeah. Oh, let's see. Old bluegrass. My favorite bluegrass song to play. Great question. Cripple Creek. That's a good one. Let's see. Blues. What about how does this song go? Where is it here? I'm blanking on a lot of words. Hopefully I'll be able to sing something for you though. I don't do a lot of singing. I used to know all the words to that song. Hang on a second. I can get this if I just know the lyrics here. I can get them back. Let's see here. My heart is sad and I'm lonely for the only one I love. When shall I see her? Oh, no, never, till we meet in heaven above. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. She told me that she dearly loved me. How could I believe it untrue? Until the angel softly whispered, she will prove untrue to you. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree. She will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. cheat with the words a little bit, but Bury Me Beneath the Willow, beautiful, really sad song. I love it. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the request on that one. Good to remember some of this stuff. Oh, thank you. I'm reading the thank you, Henry, for translating the Russian comment, and thank you for that comment. It's very, very kind of you. I appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad that you're enjoying what I'm doing. I don't have a lesson on Bury Me Beneath the Willow yet, but just thinking of it now, I really should make one. I'm pretty sure I can do that. It might be out of copyright at this point. Still working on trying to figure out how to do copyrighted material and not get in trouble for it. But it's on the list. I'm gonna keep that one in mind. It's a beautiful old song. It's a cool. Glad people enjoyed that. It's a fun tune. Well, friends, I think our time is coming to an end. It's 1 o'clock. It's time for me to head on and get on with the rest of my day. Send you all back to playing your mandolins. I'm sure you're all raring to go and get out your mandolins and work on something new. So my time to play has come to an end, and your time has started. So go grab a mandolin if you don't have one already in your hands and have fun with it. I'll play one more song for you and send you on your ways. But thank you, everybody, for coming out and seeing what's going on. This is the first official Mando Lessons Live. Should be happening somewhat frequently and regularly. Maybe not so much in the holiday season, but after the first of the year, these will be regular, I think. Cool. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the copyright resources. I will look into that stuff. Thanks for the well wishes. Great to see you all. Come back next time. I'll let you know when it's happening. Have a great rest of your day, great weekend, and hope to see you all again soon. Keep on picking. Alrighty. Have a good one.